The Super Rugby chase intensifies this weekend and it's still a close race for the South African Conference honours. The Bulls have a bye and the Lions face the Highlanders at Ellis Park. Let's hope the Lions can capitalise on the Highlanders' potential jet lag after coming halfway around the world just to get to Johannesburg, and let's hope the Lions can just catch them at the high altitude of Johannesburg. It was a bit of a surprise to see the amount of changes that the Lions coach Johan Ackerman made for this clash against the Highlanders this week, and let's hope it's not going to be too much of an unsettling factor. But the home side have an incredibly powerful bench, and that should have an impact on the game, particularly in the later stages. The Stormers are at home to the Brumbies this weekend, and that's a bit of a tough one to call, but the Stormers will certainly be a little bit embarrassed by their performance in Bloemfontein last week against the Cheetahs, and they'll certainly want to redeem themselves in front of their Newlands faithful this weekend. The Sharks kick the Saturday program off against the Hurricanes, and that happens in Wellington. With a complete Springbok front row and a revamped backline, let's hope the Sharks are not going to suffer the embarrassment that they did last week against the Highlanders, and that they won't get blown away by the Hurricanes this week in Wellington. The Blitzbokke will be out to maintain their lead at the top of the International Rugby Board 7 standings when the Circus heads to Glasgow this weekend in Scotland. Neil Powell's men are certainly going to have to work extra hard to get through the pool stages this time around. They've got Samoa, Kenya and New Zealand in their pool to make it through to the playoffs. Lots of round ball action this weekend, and at home the ABSA Premiership wraps up. Kaizer Chiefs, of course, already crowned the champions. They'll be finally presented with a trophy in Port Elizabeth when they face Chipper United in their last match of the season. But there's a huge focus on the relegation battle this week in the ABSA Premiership, with any one of Morocco Swallows, AmaZulu or Chipper United still set to face the automatic drop into the National First Division next season. Swallows and AmaZulu are both locked on 27 points, while Chipper United are on 30. Chipper and AmaZulu both sport the identical goal difference at present. AmaZulu host Maritzburg United in Durban. Swallows are at home to Bloemfontein Celtic, and as I mentioned earlier, it's Chipper United up against Kaizer Chiefs. The focus also intensifies in the relegation battle in the English Premiership this weekend. Chelsea, of course, have already won the title, but Man City and Arsenal are still in a dogfight for that second position and that automatic spot in next year's Champions League. In the basement, it's Queen's Park Rangers and Burnley who look all but dead, but Hull City, Sunderland and Leicester City still involved in a fight to avoid playing in the promotion-relegation playoffs at the end of the current season. And Newcastle United and Aston Villa, not quite out of the woods yet. And the lingering question, of course, prevails as we head to Spain. Who's going to stop Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton from romping to yet another victory? He's dominating the season so far and holds a 27-point lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship. Don't forget you'll find us on Twitter at Jacka Sport, and don't forget to tune in Monday nights. That's 10 to 11 to your favourite appointment listening sports show on radio. It's at Jacka Sport Live with me, Trevor Cramer.